Okay, so here's your last Jumpers with Weaves run on Sunday. He always kind of starts out, well, not always, but he kind of starts out pokey sometimes. There he's going. Did the weaves just fine. Good boy. Who knows why? Sometimes they do stuff like that. Patch went one time for 1.5 years. We didn't qualify because she wouldn't get on the table. She'd go around it and would get a refusal. So who knows? Good boy. Okay. So you have to start out a little slower because he's moving a little slower. And you're looking right at him. And we should talk more about this in person because I can show you physically what I mean. You don't have to necessarily look. You can sort of keep your eye on him so you won't step on him, but your head won't be tilted down, if that makes sense. And I think it will help because when we look at our dogs like that, it puts a little pressure on them. And in some situations that's good and we want that, but I would think that in most cases with Buzz, he doesn't need that much pressure because his tendency is to be right with you. Let's see. I was trying to watch your rear crosses and stuff based on what I had to say on the last video. But you did this one into the tunnel, and that's fine. I think that's totally fine. And then you're hustling to get over. Good. But then you kind of slow down a little bit, probably because you want to make sure he's going to take that jump, and I get that. So here you're doing a rear cross on the takeoff side. And he actually does pretty good. But you can see again how I said on the last video. So you're moving forward, okay? Your shoulders, your motion, everything is forward. Forward, 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 because you have to be, because he's barely in front of you. And then he's just getting ready to lift off right here, and now you're kind of moving this way. But your motion this way causes him to take this jump and then curl, and then you have to redirect him out here. So I'm really curious to try having you run, doing a rear cross on the flat on the landing side. So you would run around this jump so he's still on your left, and then do a rear cross on the flat in this big huge space that there is between these two jumps, and sort of get that bobble out of the way. But then it would allow you to drive then to this jump. So I want to experiment with that a little bit. I don't know if you're taking my next set of classes or not, but even at a trial, I think you're going to the trials this weekend in Wasilla. And if you're willing, maybe I could point out a case where I think it would be good to try what I'm talking about. And if you're not, if it's out of your comfort zone, that's fine. But I'm just sort of curious if it would make it flow a little bit better. It may not. But it's a pretty common trend that I see with you getting right up on this jump and then quickly moving behind him, and then he cuts in, and then you have to redirect him. And then because he's right at your feet, you have to stare down at him. So this part goes fine. He definitely has a tendency to come into you. after every jump, which is interesting. And I don't know that we'll be able to, solve that. I think it's just him. He's just being a good boy and checking in. And so this goes pretty good. You get your cross done. Comes in and you really have to push him out again. But it goes okay. And here's another time. Okay, here you do a rear cross on the landing side. This is what I'm suggesting that you try the other times. And I think that that went a lot better. That was really smooth. And then the rest, I think it was kind of a straight line. So that's good. I'll see you next weekend.